loaded and changed. Go for
Yep,
it.
we're loaded. It's all good. It's public. I got James up first. Okay, so if you'll fire off to the members, let them know. Sorry for the late start. Monty's going to be just you and me. Oh, there's a few people popping in. Well, we are a little bit late. John Rooney, boom, thumbs up. James M, glad to have you on board. You're teed up first to go, James. What do I got from you? I got Cardano and the graph. And I got Grant F. Well, we got a nice mix here. All the regs, right? Appreciate you guys. Oh, let's see what we got. Oh, we got try and get to 20 before we start. Give it another minute. It's Monday. Held my beer. Yeah. I don't know. We got. Well, certainly. The NQ is ripping. God, it came out of the gate today. Just been straight up all day. Just risk on. I mean, 20 in the S&P used to be something. Now that's a fart in the wind. That's not 20 points. That's it. Has to go 100. I mean, right now it's 20 points. If it gets from the VWAP, you start looking for a retrace. I mean, that used to be common. Now it's 40 points from VWAP. Just amazing volatility. All right, we need two more, and we'll get rolling here. Diogo. Did I say that? Diogo? Interesting. Hey. PK Acevenda. What's up, Victor? How you doing, man? All right, we need one more, and we'll hit it. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Well, there comes the market turning around. So typical, right, for Monday to be more range bound, but really out of the gate, NQ just launched, just rock moonshot. Now you're getting the retrace. It always comes. There's not enough news to hold that up. Okay, there it is. Okay, we got it. So let me get started here, guys. Well, we're a little loose on the time every now and then. It's just Monte Crypto and I we had to sort out a couple of things. All right. Oh, shit, James. Did you give this to me in log? I don't think you did. Okay, so this is interesting. You posted this because, so as you said, Cardano for Willie G. He just changed that handle. And I was like, who's Willie G? Who the fuck is this? Right? Because I saw the chart and I'm like, oh, that I know. I recognize that work. And then it took me a minute. Willie G. Where the hell is that coming from? Finally connected the dots there as to who Willie G was and why he had made that change. And so he and I have been tracking this closely because he's given, for a guy who's really focused on GAN, his Elliott is very solid. So he and I have been tracking a count here, we were tracking all of the move down, right? As to, you guys can see all this, right? This has really been kind of a question mark. Was this going to need to be a truncation? Because you count this thing coming down, well, look at it here. You can kind of see the challenge that was right there, because this sure looks like a 3, right? So were we going to finish here, or did we have to roll it over here and truncate? But I think you can finish it now. This would be an ABC, so you'd be finishing a double coming down here. So coming out of this, interesting, right? You're starting it right where we were trying to go. Is that going to hold? Is that going to be a 1-2? And sure enough, I mean, you can count it clearly. The question was, right, which is always the question, right? Is this going to be ABC? Now, what makes that a little bit trickier, right? So you can just kind of eyeball it, right? You get to the point where you can see it. Now look at that. What does that look like it might be? Well, let me say this differently. Why do you think it's stopping here? Why not still going? Oh, let's see. We had a couple of these here. So I think in log scale, yeah, that's what it was. All right, so I've been looking at it in log scale. Now, is that the range? What's our range there? $1.60. I think you could be out of log. Actually, I think that's narrow enough here at this time. I think I was looking at 8 hours, so I was in log scale. And notice that we were just banging up the at the golden zone here, which you can see, right? So we're in the pocket right now, right? And it seems to be. What's interesting there is that in log scale, we're getting into the golden zone. We cannot get through the 65, right? So it makes me think that's an algo that's defending there. But you also have an order block over here, and some obvious price action here that you would look at and go, okay, well, that you can certainly see the order block sitting right there, right? So maybe that's part of what's going on, plus golden zone, but then you take it out of log because you don't really need to be in log here. Now we're between the 50 and the 618, still got the order block there. Question mark. I think the other thing I was looking at here, which I think well, I'm sure James already did that. So do you see where the 3 is relative to the 1, 2? I mean, again, shit, I say this a lot because I can't make that up, right? I mean, how many times do we see wave 3 go there, right? Right, so we're right in the pocket here. So now this is out of log scale, 1, 2 into the pocket. So, right, so clearly this would be a reasonable location to put the 3 of the C. If you thought it was going to be one more down, well, now we've gone far enough here that you start to stretch that, because if this is going to be a 3 to finish via WXY, another 3 doesn't look right. So it makes you. So I think this is now starting to take over. If we can get through this golden zone here, whether we're in log or not, if we can get through that, then I think this count's going to start to look a whole lot better, which would suggest that you got a hard low here. Because that's well, let's pull back a sec. That's the first, been a long downtrend. Long. When do we pivot up here? September of last year. Long roll. And oh God, I think this is like just riddled with, it's just one algo pull after the next, right? It's just nonstop. Oh, and I think this one hits, there's a couple of them in here. I can't even remember. There's a 50. Right, so here's to the 50, didn't get to target, right? I think that was one of the last ones I was looking at, saying, okay, well, so, right, just because we have a target doesn't mean it gets there. But now you put these together, so here I've got to the 50, now I've got a golden, or I'm in between the 50 and the 618 because now I'm out of log scale. This would be the start of it. So, okay, so this is actually a good visual cue here. How do you know when we've had a trend change? And this is significant, no doubt, right? But if you just drew this up and said, okay, and you asked a 5-year-old, okay, where's the trend? Right now, is this enough? Well, a couple of important things happened in there. Number one being we've had relentless swing, retrace, new low, right? So we break here, so we go from internal to external. Swing. Didn't get a new low here, right? So this is the potential change of character, break of structure, call it what you like. But so this is a change here, right? So we want, oh, God damn that fucking thing. We don't have this continued traction of swing, retrace, swing, retrace, swing, retrace, swing, retrace, swing, retrace. Something changed. Right? Change of character. So that would kind of tee you up to think, okay, well, if that's going to be a low here, so what would be important? Okay, well, let's the fact that we don't double bottom, because you guys have heard me say this many times, right? The fact that they cannot get the massive number of stops that will be sitting there, right? Everybody on the planet can look at that chart and go, where's the liquidity going to be? Right there. Right? They tried. All right, so you can almost feel the shorts piling on there. Oh, they're going to get that. They're going to get it. We're going to that algo target, and the fact that they can't, now they got to cover. Right now, whole new ball, particularly once they broke this. Right, so this is last stand for bears. Right, so that you might have had a range. Right, so that might have been the thinking. oh, we're just going to go into a range here and we'll kind of eventually then we'll drift lower, go get those targets. This is extremely significant. So just the fact that they don't get the new low now, oh, I got an impulse. Well, that's okay, right? So could be A, B, C, but I got impulse. This is ugly and deep, but it holds, right? It holds. Impulse, impulse, impulse. Pretty hard not to lean into a trend change there. So that's encouraging for bulls here. Okay, so we've got this as the wave 3 identified. How's the wave 4 look? Well, it would be so convenient if it would do it in a nice 3, wouldn't it? I mean, if you could get a nice little 3 like that in your 4, right? That's what you dream of. Oh, maybe we'll get a 5 that comes off of it. So if you're well, let's get in there. What are we at, a 4 hour? Hang on, I got to turn that. Never a video or a live stream, right? Don't forget to turn that off. 1, 2. Well, let's see how that looked, right? Just out of curiosity. All right, in the pocket. All right, nice little 2. That's a little funky. So it looks like if that's 1, 2, 1, 2, seems to be. Oh, I don't know that it matters at this point, but this looks like you might have had to go WXY, A, B, C, X, or WXY. Look, it probably doesn't matter, right? But so it's 3 into the low. Excuse me, guys. I got terrible allergies today. Well, what do we do here? Where's the highest probability zone for a 4 between the 23 and the 38? 4. Now that's the shorter, smaller degree. There's the bigger degree. Okay, coming out of there with a 5, 1, 2 into the pocket. That's not a great looking impulse, but we are on a 4 hour. I know it's getting a little crowded in there. Let me hide some of this. Not that those aren't significant, it just kind of clouds up the chart. 1, 2. Okay, why would you not do that? Well, if this is the 4 and we need a 5, well, okay, on my wish list would be, oh, can I get a 5 followed by a 3 that holds between the 50 and the golden zone? Well, if I'm lucky enough to get that, what is that going to give me, right? Some nice targets up here. Oh, trying. Doesn't look like you could get there completely. It doesn't look like it's quite there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, you could get that. Looks like that would be a skinny. It's not ideal. But you might be able to make that. Nope, we're overlapped here, so we got to do it. So 1, 2. Fuck, how are we going to do that? I want to do this, but I don't think I can now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good, but now I've got the overlap here, which is kind of annoying. Right? You'd prefer to not see that. So can we make it work nonetheless? Let's get this out of here. What are we doing with that? Did we complete something up here? Let's just take a look here. That has to be 2, right? It's the deepest, well, it's process of elimination. Okay. What's the deepest retracement since we launched, right? So 1, 2, pretty reasonable, but that's a little fucker, right? So what would that leave as an alternate? 1, 2, 1, 2. I don't think I can get away with a lower 1 here. I can't, right? This has to be 1, 2. So you're a little disappointed in that. I think well, I'm sure, James, you've been through the same count here, so that's a little bit disappointing. Oh, what am I not seeing? Is there another way to look at that? That's got to be 1, 2, and that's got to be 1, 2. I don't want to go 1, 2 again, but I might have to. Well, it would be all the more bullish. I might have to do it because I can get an impulse here. So let's label it. It ain't gorgeous, but let's label it up anyway. Well, it looks like it's going to be technical. golden zone. But that's golden zone from here. So this now we've hit, we're in the pocket there. So if that's going to hold as a 2, well, you got pretty solid wick rejection here. Here's the Vegas wave right literally in the golden zone. That wouldn't be how I'd hope to have seen it. So well, number 1, right, we didn't make the median line, right? So that's a negative. Let's see, am I tight on that? We are pretty tight. So I'd be mindful. You got to just recognize trading principle number 4, failure to get there, equal to or greater than. Which would, so you'd end up in an ABC here. Now we're back to a downtrend. But I think that's way too soon to make that leap. Well, we could have a diag here. Shit, that's a bummer. Could be ABC. And then we just do this as an ending diag. So I think you got to wait on that because that's just a shame you lost that. Oh, I suppose you could be a buyer here off of just the series of higher highs and higher lows. Now we're coming back into support, so you could do this with pretty good risk reward here, right? So there's a reasonable area for risk reward that you're coming from this swing to this high, now coming back to test that structure. That's tradable. I wouldn't give it a lot of room myself. All right. I'll get out of there. Let me probably use that target. I would not give that a lot of room. I'd rather I'm always rather take the small stop and just not touch it because it's really tempting. It's so tempting, right? We've all done it. Like, oh God, give it a little more room. 707.86, right? I don't want to get stopped out. Very tempting, right? So over time, I've just learned that for me personally, I'm much better off to take the small loser, right? It's not going to ruin my day. And if this rolls over again and I still like it down here, I'd rather do the same thing down here. Well, ideally, I'd be doing it this way. This just worked. Now, this is me, right? This just works better for me because now, even though I'm set up to potentially take 2 small losers, if this starts to, we're going lower and the read on it is wrong and the market's gotten weak for whatever reason, okay, 2 small losers, I can survive that. But if I do something like this, and I say, oh, okay, I'm going to give it down here. Well, one, I feel dumb doing that, right? So this is psychological damage. Why would you do it? So then, because then you're reviewing your trades, you're looking at it. Well, why did I give it that much risk, right? So it becomes that negative cycle that plagues traders when you do things you shouldn't. Right? So the key to that is, okay, well, now you're going to do the same thing the next time, right? Are you going to learn from that, right? That's it can take. I mean, listen, right? Your ego gets involved here. Right? It's not as simple as just, okay, follow the plan, right? So for some people, that's very easy to do. For other people, right, that have a certain, I don't know if it's an arrogance or an ego, right? We don't want to be wrong. So we go, fuck you. I know that's going up. All right. And that's the first mistake. There's no mistake I haven't made. All right. So there's nothing you can put in front of me that I haven't done. So when I tell you this, right, over a lot of time, you're better to do it. Take the small loser, even though right, nobody likes it. But I'd rather take 2 small ones and then continue to reevaluate than just one big one that was just a dumb trade in the first place, right? So, and not to dwell on that for too long, but so this is starting to break down. So to me, it looks like, oh boy, that was juicy and set up. It was all right there, but now I didn't get the 3 I wanted here. So I might be inclined to wait, or I would take it with that very tight stop, as in, okay, maybe it's just going to be a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, it's not like it doesn't happen. If we're going to get something significant here, it almost has to happen. But I would have preferred to have a little more confidence. Okay, 1, 2, all right, well, I need a 3 here. That's me, right? I would have preferred that, so I would be a little bit reluctant here. So I would reduce size. I might take that trade. I would reduce size on it, because if I get it, then I know where I am. Okay, right, so let's consider that you get the turn there. If I get this and then they can't get it, right? So that's significant unto itself. Okay, well now we're going higher. All right, so at that moment in time, what would I be thinking in terms of an Elliott count? 1, 2, 1, 2 cannot be 3. So you'd start to think, hey, right, is this really going to go? Right, that might be the tempt. Your next thought. Is that going to do a 1-2 again? Right? We're going to go 1-2. Well, you'd want to be mindful of the fact that you got a sliding parallel running here, so you don't want to get too far from that median line. So that's kind of trader's choice, right? How much do you like Cardano here to take that trade? But I wouldn't give it a lot of room, and I'd be looking to, if I got the turn here, I might add a little bit more here, because now I'm really anticipating the 3. If I get this little, right? So you'd have 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Well, that's what I see there. Okay, so we got that. Oh, and I got GRT, right? So let's get an update on GRT. That is bottom left. Okay, so bottom left. Bottom. Oh shit. Where is it? Did you want GRT, right? Oh, did I get the right one? No, it's a different chart. I got it. Okay. Different chart that he sent me. Okay, so I got to do a copy. So give me 1 sec here. Come on. All right, GRT, where are you? There you are. Okay. All right, what are we thinking here? Oh, this looks good. Okay, this is James. He's already got the boat dock picked out. Knows what color he's going to get. Keeping an eyeball on any of those oligarchs that might have yachts for sale. That is a big one. Okay, so I'm just fussing around. There might be another degree in here, but I'm rolling with this for now. Or the third is longer, frankly, for GRT. Frankly, for how GRT likes to move, this could be a bunch of 1-2s, right? Well, just like we looked at. Well, the finish here is... Well, you're kind of stuck with it, aren't you? Oh, fuck. How you doing that? I think you're doing it here, right? It's A, B, C, A, B, C. Not much of a finish, right? But yeah, you're right. You're stuck with that. Okay, so we're working into 1-2. Do we get an impulse here? We do, right? So that's what you wanted with Cardano. That you got here. 1A, expand the B. That looks like a clean 5 coming down. Oh, beautiful little leading diag here. So there's a great 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or another one here. So you get one leading diag followed by another leading diag, which is common when you're down here at the lows, right? It's a fight to try and turn the ship around. Thus all the overlaps, which is why that's where you find them, right? Same thing at the end of a trend, right? It's the fight, right? The last gasp of either bulls or bears, whichever direction it's going, as they fight to sustain the trend, and then who's ever on the other side of it fighting to reverse the trend. So do we have that here? Well, this is what he's mapped out, right? It's not unreasonable. 1, 2. How are we getting there? Are we doing it here? So we've got to be 3. This has got to be A, B, C to the 4 to the 5. Okay, so this looks like what he's teed up here. It's not terrible. I mean, it's a little bit of a pinch down here, but just out of curiosity here, could we do this as a diag and put the 1 here? A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C for the 3. Do we want to do that? A, B, C for the 5. Well, it's just out of curiosity. I know James. I know he's looked at this, right? Because he's like me. He's a puzzle master. Wants to solve the puzzle. So I know he's looked at all those. Where could I put the pieces in a different spot and solve the puzzle? It's not terrible here for the 3. I know he would have looked at this. So A, B. God damn, can you get that done there? 1, 2. I think maybe that's too much of a force fit. Okay, so it leaves us here So what are you doing there? So that must be a higher degree. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this a 1? That's a tricky one. I gotta change these colors here. I swear to God, I can't tell what's what. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3. A, B, C of 4. Well, see, I'd want this a little bit higher, right? You kind of want that higher. I know you've looked at that. All right, hang on a second. Hang on. I'm just going to open this up so I can see it a little better. Okay, 1, 2. Can I get that to fly? I don't think you can, but there's definitely a diag in there. Oh, fuck. Come here. 1, 2, 3. Jesus. 3, 4, 5. Where are you, James? Move the green over to 1 left pivot, then you have a wave 2 flat. Oh, shit, I lost you now. Here? That's the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it would have to be another diag. Oh, maybe you can post a chart for me if you can do that quickly. That's 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that could be A, B. Is that what you're thinking? So that must be what you're thinking. Right? So I see what you mean. So you're thinking 1, 2. That's got to be because I can get a 5 here. 3. That's a waterfall. So yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about this, right? So I could do it this way. A, B, C into the 2. 1, 2. You can probably make that work. I don't know if you can finish that. It's a lot of chop for sure. Yo, what's up, guys? Tamaro. Okay. All right. So, well, let's see how we look there. All right. If that holds, is that a good candidate? Slight break. Very slight. That's a toughie. That's enough. Well, interesting. All right, I'm starting to see, as I mentioned this a couple of times, starting to see wicks go through. But if the candle, I would leave it on until I get a candle close below it because I'm just seeing that very consistently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. You stuck with that. All right. I don't know, James. It's almost defying a clear count because I mean already, right? I can count this a different way. Is this the 5th, right? Good question. So if the Elliott's elusive, what do we fall back on? Geometry and what the algo did last, right? So that may be something. No, that's not there. Can't find it. Nope, I don't think so. All right, so all of this tricky, right? So it's not. Could you do A, B, C into the 3, 4? It starts to frame up a little bit better that way. 1, 2, 3. So how would that look? Still not there, but we are on log scale. Let's take it out of log scale. I don't think you need to be in log here, actually. That breaks, and that breaks. I think green bananas here. Right? I don't like this enough. All of this chop here to really do much with it. I mean, you got higher high, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? So the highs keep getting taken out all the way here. So as long as it maintains that track, I suppose, whether it's 2, whether this is another 1, 2, or this is going to turn into some hideous, I guess you'd have to do it like this. A, B, C. You're not quite to the 1. What are we doing down here? Let's see if we do it this way. That's the 2. I may like that better, right? So now, interesting. Okay, so out of log scale. Oh shit! Here, I'm going to give this a good look. 1, 2, let's play it out. All right, this could be exactly how you had it. You'd be finishing with an ending diag, which kind of is a little fucked. A, B, C. Probably do it that way. How's the 4 to the 1 through the 2? Perfect. Right, as perfect as you'd hope for it. Oh, that's fucked up here. So let's get this here. So this would be 1, 2, 8. Oh, fuck, you'd have to do A, B, C. Fuck. It's a tricky one, James. So this hard not to like that, but you're doing it in a diag. So maybe you're doing fucking. I guess you could do 5, 3, 5, 3, 5 diag, but I can't say I have a lot of conviction there. So I think that's one just to be watching here for maybe a better retracement. So I'd probably leave it like this. I'd have to spend more time with it here to really dig into that. If we come back down here, I'd start to get interested again. Oh God, never the first click. Ever, 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 never the first click. Okay, what are we doing here? Get down in this range here, I'd be a little bit more interested to be, well, I mean, I've got a piece of it, right, to be adding. I don't love it. And so I'm right off the bat, right? If it weren't for the 1618, I kind of want to do that. A, B, C. But the 1618, kind of gets my attention. So it leaves you with the diag here. Here you could stay out of a diag, but I don't know that you can get an impulse there. I think that's one to be watching here, but okay, right? Trend is certainly up. We had the change of character. You didn't get a new low here. You got higher highs, higher lows all the way. So now it's just trying to pick that retrace that makes the most sense. Well, you could probably look over here. Let's look in there. Oh shit, you could probably just use the wick down here. And this little consolidation. Maybe got a little order block in there. That's too big. So I would just use the wick. ABC comes down. That's just kind of a chop monster. Just need a little bit more info to fill this in because my eye looks at that and I just want to, fucking Christ, I just want to do this. Looks like a 3 to me, which is why I keep wanting to put the 3 up here. Do it as an ABC, right? And just this being ugly diag. Well, I think we got to wait on that one. I don't think there's anything enough there to say, okay, time to be a buyer. This is just a little too choppy. Okay, sorry, I'm taking up a lot of time on that one. All right, I know that's a tricky one, James, right? It's a lot of chop in it. I'd like to see that start to show itself a little bit better. All right, let me keep moving. I got Grant F with MDB here, and let me get that up here and turn my fan on. Okay. It's a tricky one. All right, I got Grant F with MDB. Mongo, it was back. Boy, this has been in the media a lot lately. I think, was it you that gave it to us, Grant? I think it was. I had never heard about it, but boy, it got a lot of press as soon as it was brought to my attention. They had to have seen Blazing Saddles. Come on, that was like an inside joke. Okay, I posted a chart on this asset for the March. Yeah, I knew you did, right? So in order to keep the chart from getting crowded, the initial trade is not visible. Okay, switch to the 2-hour time frame to view the broader campaign and macro count. Okay, good. Good job. Okay. I did not miss that, so I'm going to unlock it so I can move it off. Okay, gotcha. All right. So, well, first, right, as we're coming into this, right, clear signs of momentum, just losing. Boy, you couldn't dial that up any better. Right, so when we're approaching a golden zone, it's always emotionally, right? Your emotions are always a little bit like, whoa. Well, that's, right, we're ripping pretty hard, right? Am I selling that just because we're hitting that level? Is that it, right? Is there enough there? Well, that's why typically you would hear us say, well, I don't sit there with a limit order. I want to see that reaction. And then ideally, the best way to do it is exactly the way he's teed it up here. Okay, got the reaction. Now can I get a little retrace? Because look what that does to the risk reward. So rather than just trying to catch the turn or pick the turn, as it were, I got a reaction. Right now, this is 30-minute, but that's enough to where I can say, oh, well, okay, the algo fired, right? So that's what I want to see. I don't want to see the thing just blow right through it. So the algo fired, right? Okay, good. Boom. Right? You would imagine it would, right? It's a lot of media attention. Now, what else can I stack the deck with here to make it a little bit easier for me to take that trade? Because we've just gone from 270 to 470. And you're going to short that? Who's buying up here? Who's looking at that and going, oh my God, I cannot wait. I can't get my buy button hit fast enough. Who's that? Who would be doing that? I don't think we've talked about this enough. And look, they're already a little uncomfortable. Oh, I thought that was just going to keep going. Come on, man. Look at how far it's gone. That should keep going. That's exactly what retail's thinking. Okay, nice signs of divergence down here. So the mojo here is definitely fading. I mean, they can only go so long, right? So why? Why does that happen? Right? Because somebody caught it down here. That's a 200-point rip, right? You don't think the temptation to take profit? A little bit in the back of the mind. Now, pros, they're not going to give into that. But any retail that caught that, they can't resist it, right? The temptation to take profit, just at the slightest little bit of weakness, is overwhelming, right? So out they go. Oh. Well, we've got the combination. So, and then he's got it. Now these, I always am a little bit more reluctant here, and I think Grant would agree with me. You want to see a harmonic off a primary or a dominant, right? That's a secondary pivot. Okay. My preference would be, sorry, but it's not going to be there, right? If he's got it locked, right? So if you want to see it off of the dominance, right? My preference and my experience, because you can find them off of secondary pivots all over the place, right? And if you're using an algorithm, it'll find them for you all day long. But I do prefer them. Now, what gives this a little bit of a benefit is a couple of things. One, so look what happened up here, right? So we see this, right? The little retrace. So look what happened up here. Oh, come here. Same thing, right? And just to make it all the sweeter and easier to take, did it in a 3. And what did we hit? Oh, pardon me, you wouldn't have that median line. So this would have been, you'd be kind of working off of the retrace there. Oh, that's interesting. So let's see what that would have looked like. Oh, just a nice little 50. So look, so look what happens here at the 50. Now look what's happening at the golden zone, right? Now different pivots. Now, okay, so hopefully you saw this. Here's the algo firing, right? Here's your entry. Here's your onboard right here. Where do we go? Right to the target, right? And it clears it, right? So they can get filled. Now, right, so what is Jesus Christ. Oh, you can just read the story. You can read a retail story right here. Who's selling down here? Right, same story. Same people that are buying up here, and we're buying up here, and we're buying up here, and we're buying up here. It's over and over and over and over again. There's no chart you couldn't bring this up here. I can't show you. Well, here's where retail bought it. It's just because they do the same thing over and over again, which you have to look at that and go, well, thankfully they do that, right? That's providing the liquidity for someone who knows better. Thankfully, right? There's just a never-ending supply of, let's say it this way, inexperienced traders. They're coming by the droves every day, right? They come in here, they learn. Well, when the market's really going up, when it's going up, that's when you want to buy it, right? So buy those breakouts. That's what happens over and over and over and over again, right? So here you see it again. So you've got, is the algo in here? Well, yeah, the algo's in here. So here's to the tick, right? Now we've got the dominant. He's laid it out for you. He always gives you a trading plan. 3 targets. Look at the final target. So first target is 50. Then, no, pardon me. He's got 38, 50, and golden zone as your 3 targets. If you're looking for a trade, so you got to look at that and say, okay, why would you not take that trade? Risk reward? Oh, they don't get much better. Lack of confluence? Nope, I got plenty of confluence. A pattern I recognize, well, I got it twice, right? I've got an impulse that's ending here, and I got a harmonic. Algo, median line, right? So, I mean, can you stack the deck? See, that's what Grant does all the time. That's why he's a good trader. He's stacking all the confluence he can, and then there's the entry with very low risk, right? And huge reward. He doesn't have to hit 5 out of 5 or 7 out of 10. He can hit 3 out of 10 with that, right? That's every trader's favorite analogy, right? You get up to bat in the major leagues, you get a hit 3 out of 10, you're going to the Hall of Fame. That's a good analogy to use for trading, right? But that's not what people think. Oh man, I got to hit it out of the park every time I take a swing. Every time. That's the retail mentality. Well, I got to have a winner. Of course it's going to be a winner. I'm expecting it to be a winner. Why would I take the trade if I didn't think it was going to be a winner? It's not about the setup. It's about the reality of trading, which comes from experience. And know, okay, well, odds are I'm going to get stopped out on a lot of these. But that can't be, that can't crush your spirit, if you will. It's got to be, oh, okay, well, shit, fine. I'm glad I had stops on it. Stops doing their job. Okay, next trade. Because if you set that up consistently over time, the risk reward there is going to, would not be shocked if he got all of that. And note, if he did, does that change the trend? What would this be? 1, 2, right? This is getting a lot of, I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something right because they're getting a lot of positive media. Look at that rip. That could be earnings driven. I can't remember what, I just remember seeing it like, oh, well, we just looked at that and it was on Bloomberg. Ripping impulse. So right off the bat, you think, well, wait a minute, how would that be corrective? What the hell is that? Where would you get into your brain the idea that was corrective? Well, okay, it's well. Let me rephrase that. So in terms of pattern, well, what can I see here? It ain't pretty. That's a 5. Does that look like a 3? Sure looks like a ripping 1 to me, or an A, right? So either way, no matter how you tee this thing up, if you're using context, which retail will not do because no one's taught them, not that they're not capable, no one's taught them. Right, so here, if it's going to be corrective, wouldn't you expect that? Right now it can come down because we do it in 3s, right? If you accept Elliott's genius flash, which is 5s and 3s, right? That's the genius of his. We prove it every day, every single day, right? Now, is it perfect? Everything's 5, 3? No, right? But the market moves in 5s and 3s, right? I think what are we, 90 years into it? And I think we can all agree, well, there's a certain tendency for the market to move in 5s and 3s. Okay, what do I have here? I just have 5. So if you were even the slightest bit, okay, well, wait a minute, it's been going straight up. I'm not sure I want to sell that because what's your emotion saying? I can't sell that, man. It's going straight up. That's what retail's thinking. Right? See, if this was easy, well, okay, well, it's going up, so I just buy it because that's just going to keep going up, right? So you have to do the opposite of what the natural, just your instinct for protection, for self-preservation is, oh, fuck, I can't sell that. I blow up my account if I sell that. No, you'll blow up your account if you buy that, right? That can take years to make that transition in your mind, years of getting blown out, losing accounts, blowing them up, starting over. I'm going to learn this time. I'm going to do it differently this time. Eventually, it has to be to where you are comfortable going counter to what your emotions are screaming at you. That's a beautiful setup trade. Beautiful. Well done, Grant. Appreciate those. All right, let me keep moving because I can get long-winded. Okay, so I got Zilliqa here. What am I thinking? It must be, he's just not giving me the other half of it. Zilliqa. Where'd you go? Okay, to the tether on Binance. Come on. It's taking a while to load for some reason. Zilliqa, I haven't looked at them in a while. What are we getting? A 1 hour. We're in log scale. From, I never know how to say that. Do I say valet or valet? I kind of want to say veil, but it doesn't spell that way. Monty, you know how to say that one? Valet? He's got a good Discord handle image.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm always going valet. I'm not sure. Okay, okay, so first, let me pull out a little bit so I can get, right? So why, right? Because if you're sitting here, I don't have any idea what my context is. Which is why, right? I mean, okay. Right, do I have any clue where I am? Any. Well, I can see what's happened here, but I don't know where I am. Context is really, right? So, okay, where's the trend? Fuck, how are you going to know, right? Well, okay, I can see the 5-minute trend, but what's the broader trend? Shit, I might have to go out to the daily to say, okay, well, so look what I found out here. Oh, there's all his work. Yet he sent me the 1 hour, right? Because that's what he's focused on for the trade. Right, but I know to kind of look here. So 1, 2, look at this great work here. So see, this is just me, right? Like I have to make those smaller. I don't understand why you guys don't do that, right? Okay, so so I got a 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll go with it here. So the 2 and the 4, right? You see the, but the channeling plays, right? So it works. 1, 2. We're gonna double top there. Interesting. Well, so that would make me, okay, so immediately, right, just seeing that and knowing, okay, right, unless there is some extraordinary circumstance, that's a last resort, right? I do not want to truncate. Plus, that looks like a 3. So right off the bat, as you heard me say, just, okay, wait a minute, that's awfully big, right? Again, as I was just saying, right, it's not going to give you perfect all the time, but that would make me go, oh, wait a second. Maybe I can find another way to count that, because that's significantly different, and they're both flat, right? So I have no alternation, and this is 6 times the amount of time as that. So I might look at that and go, all right, so wait a minute, could I do it here? Could I do this, get this whole thing right? So maybe I got 3, 4. Again, I'm just doing this on the fly here, right? So maybe I got something like this here, and this is just going to be a shallow 2. 1, 2, that sure looks like a 4, right? So it still kind of looks like, well, valet. This is what your eye sees, right? So you're seeing the 3 that's right there. So then to finish it this way, that would make me uneasy, right? Oh, do I want to trade that? Oh, shit. I guess maybe it doesn't matter, right, at this point in time. But just in terms of how you would approach that would be, God, if I couldn't figure out anything else, right? Which is, what's kind of what's going on in Bitcoin. If there's nothing else there that fits, okay, I would very reluctantly go with a truncation. Oh, shit, you can almost kind of see. I'm just going to push these off here, right? If that's still, well, it may not even matter, right? Because it's a double top. Does it really matter? Right? We got a top somewhere. It's one of those 2 pivots. Okay, it probably wouldn't matter. You could probably get there the same way. Because you could do this, right? You could do 1, 2. You'd still have a diag. I'm going to push that over here. You'd still have your 5 down, 3 over. A, B, yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Well, it must be me, right? This just makes me crazy. I can't see them. Okay, 1, 2. All right, I like that. That's good work. Let's put that A, B, C. Okay, so what's a thought? You kind of got one more leg here than you'd want. I'm not sure I'd counted it that way, but let's go with it. Okay, so we're going to finish down here. So, wait, you're off here somewhere. Or did I fuck it up when I moved it? A, B, something got screwed up here. Okay, so it must be here. Maybe I fucked it up. Here, we want to do this. Can we do that? No, we'd have to overlap here. Well, you had ABC and then another 5 coming down here. So we were just a little bit off there. 1, 2. Oh, shit. You got a little bit of a pain in the ass right there. I see. I would have done the whole thing. I think it's the WXY, right? So I don't know that it matters here, but the way you had it, you can't go A, B, C, 5. That wouldn't make sense, right? So unless you were doing WX, A, B, C, maybe you're doing WXY, but then that wouldn't fit in that context, right? So let's just go with it here. Let's go with 1, 2, because that, on the larger degree, that fits. Okay, so we'll go with the double top. Now I'm in log scale, but I guess I'm going to have to stay there. All right. That's where you were looking for it, but strong market, just to the 38. Boy, something. Well, that's, hello, right? Somebody got very excited on that. So this is a good location for the 2. Looks like you really fired off of this little pocket over here. Nice little, boy, that's quite a rip. I don't, that's got to be news or something. Somebody got very excited. So good. Well, so there's one. Here's a good example of why these. Well, shit. Hopefully these live streams have some value beyond my babble. Is that I wouldn't have looked over here. I hadn't looked at Zilliqa, and I can't remember. Look at that. Boy, I don't want to miss that. If I can get that. Whew. Thank you very much, Valet. Does it look like we're done there? Well, that's a daily. Fuck. Let's go to a 2 hour. Now I can put the whole thing together. Is why he's giving me an hourly. Okay, I'm with you. That's kind of skinny. That's, well, the 4, usually the easiest thing to spot, right? To tee you up, right? It's the pause before we go. The pause that refreshes. Ooh, got a little funky down there. Oh, that's a little bit of a fucker. Let's go with it. Okay. So good start there. So it looks like we're starting with a leading diag. 1, 2. Oh, no, it looks like we got an impulse there. Uh, 3, 4. So again, the 4 is easiest to spot. That almost looks like ABC. So WX, Y. It looks like you might be doing a triple in there. Oh, okay. Well, we'd want to pay attention when we get down here. It looks like you got an order block sitting right there. It might be tinier than that. Okay. Well, okay. So just look at the channel, right? Does it look like it's ripe for a retrace? What do we want to see here, right? We want to see something like this, right? We want to see something bigger, right? So this is a good start on it. So where was the trade? You know, the trade has already come and gone. Here was the first retrace. Well, look what we did here. So this is a good example here. So, oh shit, what do I want? Okay, so there's the low that breaks. So I get, here's the failure swing. All right, so I'm being higher high, higher low, higher high. Now all of a sudden, breaks. I don't get a lower low here. I get, but then we break again. Oh, I want the wrong one. I'm not used to this one as often. All right, and we break again, down, right? So do you see how we're all of a sudden, it's been higher highs, higher lows, all of a sudden, change of trend, right? Change of character, right? What's changed? Well, now I'm doing lower lows and lower highs. All right. Did anybody have to guess or wonder whether that was going to be there? I didn't. As soon as I saw it, I knew it was there. All right, so there's the algo. Here's first target, second target. So could we put something together there? That looks like, sure looks like that's WX to me. We might have to do a triple here. This looks like WX. Yikes. I don't want to put a Y there actually, but looks like I might have to. Z. Still, it's all self-contained, but all right, we're going to third target. What's here, right? I wouldn't even. So it's common. This is something you'll see a lot when the market moves that fast, right? So we come out of this little range. This is something. This is good little. Oh, a good little. Just look at how the market tends to move, right? So we're kind of, you can almost just, okay, what are we doing here? We're correcting, we're sideways, right? There is no trend at this moment in time. This is just the pause before the rip. Okay, we had this massive rip Okay, everybody catch their breath. What are we doing? Are we going again? Well, look at all of the bars here that just, it's often called an imbalance, right? Or a fair value gap between the high of one candle. If there's a gap between the next and they don't overlap, those will often get revisited, because so you can imagine what's happening down here. Or there are limit orders in there that are not getting filled because the market's moving too fast away from them. So could there be unfilled orders left back here? Well, there could be. So here would be your little order block right there. Bring it over. Right, last down before that launch, right, which gave you this break of structure right here, right? It gave you that, right? So this was not insignificant. Up we go. Now we're coming back down. Those gaps likely to get filled in, and we're working our way towards the 50. We got a long way to go, because that rip was so high, and we're in log scale, right? It's even bigger when you're out of log scale. It's a pretty good rip. So we're coming all the way back to, Jesus, that's a long way to go. Oh, I guess we use this, because that looks like your first 5 right here, actually. So it looks like you'd have to do it this way, right? So it looks like this is kind of skinny, but something like that. To get it into a 1, 2, A, B, C. Clearly that's the 3, and there's the 4 of the 3. That's a long way to go. Let's go to a 2. I got to go to a 4 here. God, the start here is ugly, but an algo won't care. It'll just use swing high to swing low. All right, so you got that order block that's sitting right here. You got imbalance. Let's call it that way. You got imbalance here, and when the market is going that fast, triggered by whatever the news event was there. But it's a long way down to find any consolidation, right? You're really coming all the way down here. Well, so this is going to have to set that up a little bit better for me. Oh, I suppose the 50 is just as good. Oh, God damn it. Come here. In there might be an area of interest. But I wouldn't just sit there waiting for it. So this has got whatever it's going to do. Let's finish it. Give me a little more info. If I'm coming back into this zone, okay, I'm not buying a limit order here. I got nothing here other than unfilled orders likely. So I've got huge imbalance here. So I would want to see that, right? Well, which is what I'd always suggest you do, right? So then I can define the risk, right? Same thing every time, same way every time. You know, I wouldn't give it a lot of room just because of this, right? Needing to get, it's like a gap in the futures market, right? The market doesn't like to leave that imbalance unfilled. So if this comes down lower, well, that's as much as I would risk on it right there. I would be, oh, maybe I'd use that pivot. So I get, what do you got there? 17 to 1. Oh, it would be kind of skinny, but I wouldn't shy away from that. Okay, give me a 1, 2 right here, right? So I can say, okay, I'm not giving that a lot of room, but I got huge upside. So if it hits, well, you potentially you're setting up for you'd want to take a partial here. Whether that's well, here, let's do it this way. All right, so if that's 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, so there's 1 of 3, so I'm going to take a partial here, right? So I got my 80%, I got to the median line. I don't have this yet, but that's how I would approach it. If I'm getting that, well, there's 1. All right, now I'm going for 3. All right, so I'd look to be adding along the way, but right now this is the danger right here of FOMO. Whoa, look at this huge move, man. I got to buy it. I got to buy it as soon as I can. Whoa. We go from a little over 3 cents to 22 cents. Percentage gain here is massive. I don't know. Somebody was going to know what caused that. I'm not sure. Something good. Well, it's dangerous, right? To maybe you make that case, right? That you say, okay, we're coming down here to the median line. All this congestion, I might take a little rip here. I mean, you could talk yourself into, oh, I'm going to trade the B before we go into the C. Well, all we're doing is correcting there. So this would be on my watch list. I'd be waiting. I'd want to wait for all of this to happen over here. Calm down here. Show me that you're correcting. Show me just more. Give me more, right? I got, you just took your coat off, right? I want to see keep going. What's underneath that, and what's underneath that, and what's underneath that. Probably overly sexist description, but that's what pops into my head, right? Yeah, you got to reveal more there. All right, so let me keep moving here. But that's definitely going on my watch list. How about I say it that way? That's definitely one to get there. Frade 57. Always appreciate his work. Let's see what we got, Frade. Interesting, right? So do we still have Cardano up? It just pivoted out of that golden zone again. I just happen to have it up. I told you I've been working on that for Willie G. I have it up on my other machine. And I just see it coming out of that golden zone again. Okay, what do I got here? I got Unity. Okay, I got to make a copy here. All right. Oh, that's what it is. Tarmo. There had to be some. Maybe that came out of the conference they just had. Some big news event, because that's a massive rip they just did. Okay, so Unity Software. I don't know much about them. My account got invalidated. Folder in the object tree called Elliott Wave old. So here's my new count. Okay. Well, let's pull back here and get some context. Where are we? Well, it looks like a pretty big chop monster. I got some Monty Magic over here. I always like to see that. So I know he's paying attention, right? So I know he's going to both webinars, or live streams, I should say. Okay, so no shit, right? So I always look at this, and here's what goes off in my head. Okay, I'm just starting from scratch again, right? We just come back. We'll start over again. Right, so trying to put it all together. I mean, here, right? You got to label it, right? Well, you don't have to, but it's not a bad idea. I wouldn't. So here's, so we come, now we're starting all over again, right? So it's just, right, just the range that we're in here. So this is interesting. So I mean, boy, talk about a range. So we're looking at a range like this. This is, I don't know, 4 hour. That's a pretty remarkable range that it's in. So well done here, nailing all this down. That's good. That's the right way to approach that. Okay, so what do we know, right? The market seems to get interested down here and gets a little not so interested up here. Okay, so we got quite a range going on here. Unity Software. All right, well, let's go to a 1, see how that looks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty solid. We're doing this, so the assumption is you're correcting. Why? Why are we correcting? Why are we going to an A here? Let's see if I can figure that out. Oh, okay, I see what you're thinking. So we've just come from this pivot here, so this, as he's encased it through this channel, right, we're coming down in a 5. So, well, we got a couple of choices here. Either this is a 5 that's finishing, or it's starting, right? Starting something, right? A 5 is always finishing or starting something, or what? Pardon me. If it's in the midst of an impulse, right? That can be our third. But if we're at a pivot here, you'd look back and say, okay, well, I finished with a 5 here. This whole thing was a 5. Did I finish in ABC? Well, if I finished in ABC, so I guess the assumption would be, what are you thinking here, Frade? You're thinking that we're just going to stay in with lack of trends, that we're just going to go into another ABC? I'm curious why you went with A as your first labeling as opposed to 1 here. Because I'm not going to know. But I would, at the very least, I'd have an alternate count with that right there. Right? Saying, oh, he works he probably does. He probably does, with something over here, as he just told me. That's his old one. That's the one I just put on. Elliott Wave new, so that's okay, got it. And this is Elliott Wave old, where we went Okay, still got it as corrective. Okay, so it doesn't really matter here, and just in terms of, that's the prior work, so he's just letting me know that it got invalidated. This is good work here. 1, 2, 3, got to overlap slight. So he's doing, so he knows to do that, right? So of course he does. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ending diag to finish. It's either a 1 or an A. 1, 2, let's get you up here. 1, skinny, but okay, there it is, right next to that white B. 1, 2, well, that's clearly a 5, 2, so another 1, 2, working on the 3, there's a 1 hour. He's got to do it that way because he's got a 3 there. A little order block in there. Got it. 1, 2. All right, so if we're coming out of there, that sure looks like we've made a good start. 1, 2, working on 3, 4, 5. It could be a C. It could be a 3. 1, 2, well, that would have to be here. Shit, come here. 3, 4. Oh, pardon me, I got the wrong. But there's a good example. This is why I change colors. If I don't, I get lost. So this has to go up a degree. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, seeking a 3 here. We've got an internal 1, 2, 3, 4. Could be 5. That's his alternate. Could be a C, could be a 3. I don't know that I'd be so quick to be thinking corrective. I would go corrective once, if I don't get a 4, 5. Until then, I would just assume 1, 2, right? Because I'm coming off of a big ABC. But he might have reasons there that I haven't thought of. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2. What's not to like there? You're in the 3. So where's the trade? Well, you'd have to wait now because you missed this, right? So you'd have to get up here, wait for that to change, right? Maybe something like that. So you're looking at 3 or C, right? I'll keep that there as the alternate count. So 4. Well, okay. So if it's, let's see how, now his C would have to be up here. Shit, let me put that up. Put it in something. Oh, here, we'll put it in purple. Right? So something like that. So if this is going to be A, B, C, you'd expect that C to finish with a 5 here, and we're just getting started in 1, 2. Oops. So I'd be thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until forced to change that. I don't know why. So the next, you got to wait for this to finish now because you don't want to chase it here as you're. Okay. What do we definitely not want to do? Buy it right now. Right, let's see, right? So the next hurdle will be up here, right, where there'll be liquidity there. Why? Because behind every one of these, there's the stops, right? We know that. We don't have to wonder about it. We know there's stops up there, which means it's liquidity, which means it's a target, right? So if they can get up there, what do they want to do? Would they people with more money than you, they want to do this, right? Grab the stops up there and then take it down here. Now, they may do the same thing here before they take it up, right? They're going to fuck with you at every pivot if they can, right? If you let them. Every time, every pivot. Likely happen down here. Up here. Whenever they can, if they can bend you over, they're going to do it, right? If don't let them do it. What is it they're going to do, right? How many professional traders, hedge funds, institutions are buying at the highs or selling at the lows? It should be an easy answer. It's a total of 0. 0 do that. If they want to buy it, they'll take it down first. If they want to sell it, they'll take it up first. Right? They can do that because they have more money than we do. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like you're in a hurry up and wait here. Let this confirm you got a good 3 here. Looks like you got a good 1, 2 going. That could be 3, 4. Right? You're just trying to get that impulse to finish so that you can lock and load on that. Say, oh, I got a 1, 2, 3. Now that doesn't mean, right? That could be A, B, C, and down we go. But can I put together a good risk reward here? Well, yeah, hell yeah. Why? What? Okay, so let's put the whole piece together. Okay, so we're targeting a 3. What's the first thing we're going to do? Right, there's look how that lines up. Whoa. It's another coincidence, I'm sure. All right, so we got a target for the 3, right, on the outer parallel of the median lines, if that's going to hold here. So the downside of median lines when they're that tight is you get the 80% burned so quickly. That's the downside. So you probably keep it up there, or I'd keep it somewhere for framing. But right now, now I'd be starting to put an Elliott channel on this. I might. This is what you want, right? I kind of want something like that. All right, so for this it's going to come down here and kick up. Try and keep that all self-contained if you can, right? That's the value of Elliott channeling. Can I keep that fucker right in there? If I can, then I know I'm looking good here for an impulse, right? And I'd be looking over here for the 4 or the C. That's the wild card because it could be an ABC. But if we get right here, I'm buying it. So why do I say that? Because couldn't that just be an ABC? Well, of course it could. But how's the risk reward? Why would I be a buyer here? Because if I'm going to complete the impulse here, I can do something like there's 6-1 right there. Again, I'd rather take the little loser and then reevaluate. If I'm down here, am I going to reevaluate down here? Well, here's my 1. As long as I haven't, really something dramatic has happened, I'm going to reevaluate. I'll take the little one. Oh, what's happened down here? Oh, so I'm not going to go balls deep here. I'm just take a little pit because see if you get it. Oh, okay. Whoa, do I want to add? Right, I'm just looking for a 1-2. I'm not expecting it to do that because first you got to give me a 1-2, and I don't want to. I'm not going to go into the trade and say, well, I'm absolutely certain that I'm going to get a massive extension in the 1. No, you wouldn't think that, right? You'd be thinking, oh, give me a 1-2. Just don't take out the pivot because that's what helps me construct the risk reward. So now I can take it right here. Where's my target? Here, here. So I got a value area high and the N weekly. I'm not sure what that abbreviation is in Monty speak. That might be next weekly. Next weekly.
Naked weekly.
Naked weekly. Okay, all right. So we've got targets up here to come into that, whether it's here, here or here, right? Or you're doing it here. Just okay. Where can I get in where it makes sense? Where I'm not doing this. Can I use the market here to define all of these swings here? Oh, if that's coming in for a 4, well, if we're going much lower here, what's going to start to happen? Okay, just logically think. Okay, so I've got a little bit. I want the little swing. I want the little break of structure here to give me the 4. So I need the swing in the failed higher high to come down and give me a lower low. I need that in the 4. But what I don't want to see is for that to continue, right? It's because then I know I'm wrong, right? So I can use simple swing structure to tell me I'm wrong. Oh, you're wrong. Now, I'm wrong here, but look, I can live with that one, right? Again, I don't like it, but you're not going to ruin my day because I'm not going to go, insane leverage. I'm not going to do something stupid. It's just another trade, right? There's no reason here to go balls deep. Okay, so if I get the turn here, well, I know for sure the 4. It's not the 4. Right, it could be the 4. It could be that's an A, B, C, and we're gonna have a deeper 4. But right there, the assumption is that this is 1-2. That the 4 is in, and we're gonna go 1-2. So why would you change that at all, even in the slightest bit? Why? Well, I didn't want to get stopped out on Unity. They had just a good earning something, whatever. I don't know. Bloomberg was talking about it's going to the moon, so I wanted to give it plenty of room. Right, all of that shit, you have to ignore that, right? It's just what do you see on the chart, and what's the appropriate way to approach that to address the market here with risk reward that makes sense? Well, I got to at least have 3-1, or I'm not even interested. I mean, there's 3-1, you'd be into a double top. Okay, but at least, right, you get that. So because I have a bigger target here, I don't have to put on as much size to see a nice return on my investment. I don't need to go heavy. Because I got a clear look, and where would we be, right? We'd be all self-contained in that channel. If. Now, I don't even fucking have the 3, right? So, but I'm just mapping that out, saying, oh, if this happens, well, if you're here, well, if you, well, here it is again, right? So if you got this, if you were in the 1-2, which is exactly what I'm telling you to do up here, and you got that, well, let it run. Here, see, here's the hard part. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, shit. What do I do now? Well, I mean, depending on the trader, you could put a piece in your pocket here, right? 1-2, right? We got a lot of subdivision has to go here, right? So it wouldn't be a stupid thing to do. Well, certainly if you're long off of this right here, you could tighten that up. I don't know that I'd go. There's no reason to go give it much more than that. Now, if I get there, I'm now in a 24-to-1. Well, I mean, it started there. Now you've tightened up. So if it gets there, right, oh, that's going to look good. But the 1-2 is the assumption is, okay, that's the low. So you would never now come back to this and go, oh, I'm going to change my mind here. No, that's a guaranteed, because you'll continually do that. Just a matter of when you blow your account up, right? If you're doing that, right? You got it. You got exactly. Shit, I mean, because they're all over the market. They're all over the board. Shit, I could show you probably 25 of them just on this chart. Here's one. Boom, got it. Here's one. Right. Here's exactly what we're looking for. Here's another one on the way down. Oh, right. Boom, down they come. They can't get the fucking pivot stops that are there. Here's another one. They want them. I promise you, they want them. Can't get them. Got to cover. It's over and over and over again at every pivot. Here's another one on the downside, right? Oh, I'm going to wait for the B. Oh, they can't get it. Down, right? Sets it up, right? Oh, there it is. 1, 2. Oh, they can't get it. Up it goes. They got to cover. That's what sets it up. Oh, here we go again. 1 and 2. Oh, they want to get that. They can't get it. Got to cover. Right? You can tell that story at every pivot, right? Because that's what's happening. Right? It's not, I keep saying it. It's not that complicated. It's really not.
You muted.
All right, I'm doing it again. What do we got, Fred? SONO. This looks like a replay of last live stream. I know it's supposed to be an update on some of these, because I know these are a few. He must be trading these. I like that when we get an update on something that's been posted before. We look at them, throw it out into the universe, and I hope somebody follows along, pays attention. So many good trades. As I mentioned, the last year, some of my very best trades I got off of live streams of stuff I'd never even looked at or wouldn't have looked at. I don't have time to look at it. I use this very much as a scan. Okay, so we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So we can agree that, okay, if only it would help us just a little bit here. If I could only get a 5 followed by a 3, then I might know what to do. Well, what would make that 3 even better? Oh, maybe I'll get it at the golden zone. Oh, well, what would make that golden zone even better? Well, I can put a golden corner on it. All right, so here's all the reaction. Here it is right in front of you, just like every other time, right? There's the pullback. Do they want to get those lows? Yeah, they want to get those lows. They, right? People who are short, right? Because somebody sold this here with this intention. That's what they want. That's what they're looking for. That's what they're expecting. Swing, retrace, we're breaking the low, right? Because why would they be thinking that? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Why are they thinking that? Because that's what the market's been doing, right? So it's here. This is the heads up. Oh, whoa. No more lower low. Hup. And not only that, I got a higher high. Okay, heads up. Time to pay attention, because this whole move now, this is potentially over, right? It's always just that, potentially over. But if you were teeing up, I mean, really, like I can't, it's just like right out of a line drawing of what an Elliott correction looks like. I can't, right? I mean, that's why they're in textbooks. I know, well, that was, you know, some other time than when I was trading, right? It doesn't work anymore. And it definitely doesn't work in Sonos or crypto, right? That was great for my grandfather, but that I don't trade that way anymore, right? Because it doesn't work anymore. Does it? So I got a golden on top of a corner, right? So, well, you're on the edge there. I'd give you a little front. That's a front run. That's the algo. Right? You commonly see it will front run. Well, I'd give you that one as a golden. Right, now here's a clear break. It's deep, right? So so you can see why he has to do the WXY, because here's the 3, right? So right at that moment in time here, you're thinking 1, 2, right? So here, this is a great example. Okay, so all of this good work here. Now it's a little. This is in hindsight, but oh shit! Here, let's do it this way. I can do this. I think I can't. I think that works, right? So you're sitting right here. You're thinking ABC, and you're thinking 1, 2. Absolutely, you're thinking 1, 2. Oh, shit, I got to buy that. Shit, I'm not very good with this thing, but let's see if I can get that. It might be a little bit too fast. Let's see what okay, so now you're thinking, oh, okay, boom. Right, so, well, I went a little too far there. What I was trying to get was this. 1, 2. Right, so if you took this, thinking, oh, that's in, and now, first question is, did I get a 5 off of that? Oh, let's try a 2 hour. Did I get a 5 here? Well, it's a little bit of hopium, a little hopium in the pipe there. Oh, well, is that a 5? Because this is a 3. Is that what you wanted there? No, so you might have been. Okay, so let's tee it up. All right, so so the first problem is you didn't really get this, right? So what you wanted was this. Right, you didn't quite get that, but you might have been thought, okay, well, all right, there's the 2. Okay, so that's going to be the 1 of the 3. Okay, maybe it is a 3, and maybe it's going to be a diag. Okay, well, if it's going to be a diag, what are we expecting here, right? So maybe here you might have been thinking, oh, that's the A, the B, but you're waiting for the C, right? So it kind of doesn't it doesn't shape up the right way. So even if you took it, oh fuck, come here. The loss should have been really modest, right? Because that's what you're after. There's first target, right? Your stop would have been, I'll give it a little bit below the golden zone here, right? So so number one, I'd have been tighter to start with because I didn't get what I wanted here. I didn't really get a nice little 5 to tee me up. I didn't get that. I got what looks more like a 3. But okay, right? So hopium springs eternal. So you might have been thinking, okay, well it's going to be a diag in the 1 of the 3. So you're thinking 1, 2, but it's literally straight shot down with very little pause there. Just 2 little pauses, right? Probably profit taking, little pause. So so you took the loser here. Oh, let's play this thing forward. Okay, so now, let's get this out of here. Okay, so maybe, right? So now you're thinking, oh, okay, maybe that's 1, 2, right? So that means I got to have a 3 here, right? Here's how the Elliott, you're kind of piecing this together. Let's see if I can keep the thing. Okay, all of a sudden, oh, okay, maybe double bottom? Did I get what I was looking for here? Nope, definitely not. I didn't get the nice little 5, and then I could take the 3 that comes back. What I get here is that this is clearly, right, and I'm on a 2 hour. 1, 2, probably 3, 4, 5, right? So I've got 5 coming down, right? So that's not what I wanted to see here. Right? I wanted 1, 2. Right? So now I'm here. Oh, what am I thinking now? What am I thinking? Well, this would have been tricky, right? Because you'd have been looking down here for that 2. Oops, let's come back here. Right, do I have the 5 here? Where's the 2? Right, so this is, I'm just trying to recreate exactly what we all go through as we're looking at those levels. Okay, it double bottom on the 786. What do I know with absolute certainty? There's liquidity down here, right? We double bottomed at the 786, approaching this. So now, if you're trying to count this, okay, I didn't get, no place in here did I get a 5 other than down here. So there's a 3, there's a 3. Now this turns into a 3. So if this is coming out of here, well, once it was a little tricky, right? It didn't give you this, right? That's what you were looking for. Didn't give it. All right. So if this is going to keep going higher, let's just move that out of here. It kind of almost doesn't look like it's there as well. This looks like this. Right? I got a swing, I got a little retrace, and I got a little squirt on the top. Right? It looks like that. So I wouldn't have been charging in there, right? Because I don't have what I'm looking for. And we have so many things to trade. I can be picky about what I get here, about what I'm willing to trade. If I don't get it, I keep watching and waiting. Shit, I don't even know how far this goes. Okay, big gap. So something, or that's probably start of the week. All right, did it give you anything down here? Really didn't. other than the double bottom, which we don't want to try and trade the double bottom per se. What I want is the failure to get to the bottom, right? Which I didn't get here. So here now, go, shit, I guess we just take that off here. Get out to real time. So this thing just launched from that. So you didn't really get a good setup. So where are we now? Well, look what I got. It didn't give me a good chance to get in there. So what does that tell me? Are the algos in here? Yeah. So if I think this is a 1 and I'm waiting for the 2, excuse me, this should look pretty familiar because it looks a lot like this. Right? Do I want that? Is that what I'm waiting for? Remember, I can be picky. It's not like I only have one thing to trade here. Well, all they're doing here is filling the gap. Right? We know, right? The market doesn't like to leave a gap. So if I'm going to trade that, I'm going to wait because I'm picky. Because I can be. Oh, you're going to do that? Okay, fine. Come on down here. Now everything is in alignment. I got it. Okay, I see where I am. Okay, well, it was just a big rip and 1. 1, 2. Well, okay, probably not the 3. Probably not. Okay, so just process of elimination. Okay, well, give me a 3. So far, I got just one free fall after tagging the median line. There's trading principle number 3. Right, hover. Now we're going to go up or above. Right, it just tagged it. Right, so there's your 80%. It's been burned. Now give me that, and I'm taking the trade. Otherwise, I just keep waiting. So if it doesn't do it, so let's say it does. It goes up here. Ah, Jesus Christ! Right now we get a big 3. Well, okay, I missed it. I can live with that because I'm disciplined about my entry. I don't hindsight trading. Right? Fuck, man, we're all brilliant, right? Oh well, of course I would have taken that, filled the gap, and I would have taken it. No, I would not have taken that. Not because it's not a good trade, because it didn't do what I want to see to give me more confidence to buy a market that's going down. Then I take that without hesitation because I can put together a nice risk reward. I'm looking for that, right? I don't need to give this a lot of room because if it's not going to hold here, why would I do something like that? That's just stupid, right? There's no reason to take that much risk. Right, just do something down here. If it doesn't do it, okay, maybe I'll reevaluate lower, just like you might have done right here or here. I'll reevaluate. Okay, do I like it any better? Did I ever get the 3 that I was looking for that was clean? That I could go down from a 2-hour to a 15-minute and go boom, 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 boom. I see it. I got it. Okay, so now I take it. Whether I get stopped out or not, it almost doesn't matter. Did I follow my trading plan? Is the risk reward appropriate for my account size, right? Is that consistent with the kind of trading that I like to do? That's the trade I'm going to take right there. Right there. And win or lose, you got to disconnect from it emotionally. It's not like, oh, fuck, man, well, the Sonos has got to go and that's going to make my year. It's just another trade. So if it goes, great. If I get stopped out, okay, well, I'll reevaluate next trade. But don't do that. It's just, it's just self-inflicted wounds, right? There's no need to ever do that. All right, let me finish with RUNE. This is getting a lot of press lately as well. I'm not sure why, but they are. Uh-oh. What did I get here? Did I get the wrong link? It looks like the right link. I wonder if I can search it here. I guess I can. So he wants RUNE, not ruin, RUNE USDT on Binance. So let's see if I do it, if I get his chart. I guess, do I? Yeah, I guess I do, because that would be his. Oh, shit. Don't get it. Well, doesn't look too hard, or I can see why he likes it. Afraid I don't see it, man. I don't see your work here. Okay, well, we can still work with it. Okay. I'm sorry, man, because it looks like this is a beauty. Well, what does that look like? Well, it sure looks a lot like well, the majors. Now, interestingly, here we are. We're on a 4-hour, and we are not in log scale. Okay, so I'd probably do this here just to force a habit. I always like to wick off the lowest low. If only these corrections were just a little bit easier to spot. You know, if I could get a 5 followed by a 3, this would all get so much easier. I cannot make this shit up. There's no possible way. Algo gets its target, 80% realized. Is that a hard look? I kind of leaned into this on the Friday video, but it's a good example. Let me get back to. Okay, so here, this is like, we just spent a lot of time on this kind of setup here. So I suppose it's, what I hope here is with the repetition, the next time you see this, you go, oh fuck, I know exactly what to do. Okay, we just talked about this, right? So we look at that, we get a double bottom. Well, it's even more, right? So look, is this level important to the market? Come here. Look how many times right, for whatever reason, that's a market's responsive there. Now, I banged it twice in the golden zone. So now, look what we get out of here, right? And if you did, it's like, oh fuck, I missed that one. God damn it. Oh, maybe it'll give me another one. Oh. 1, 2, 1, 2. Is that now? Look, see, if either one of those, if you took this one or this one, well, if you took this one, you took a little sweat here. But if you waited for that, Jesus, no stress, right? That's what I was talking about, right? So this is a ride on the beach, right? Sunny day. Bob Marley's playing in the background. Oh, I'll let you fill in the blanks as to what you might be smelling. Oh, is that a skunk? Nope, not a skunk. Okay, so you just got a nice, beautiful ride here from the market. Did you have any stress? So I guess the count is actually here. Any stress? Let's get it right. I suppose you're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 3. Just a lunar shot. Did it hit your targets? Yep. Did it hit both of the targets? Yep. Does it make sense of the pattern? Oh, 5 followed by 3. I've had a raging impulse here. I've got complexity in the correction here. Oh, well, so you might have been thinking here, 1, 2 would have been long enough? Well, let's just check that, just out of curiosity. Yeah, well, at least it's 100. But what it wasn't was that. Wasn't a big 3, but when that started to come down, you might have been thinking, oh, okay, well, okay, maybe this is going to be, we're going to do something like this, and we're going to go, right? You know, this is a bit of a tell, right? Oh, we can't even hold that here. I mean, it comes down hard, so then it sure starts to look like a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, double bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to keep showing them because hopefully now you start to recognize what you're looking for. Okay, so you could have done it here. Oh, I'll wait for the retrace. Ah, shit, I missed that one. So let's let this 5 complete, and I'll wait for the retrace. Oh, looks like we can label it. Oh, it's a little ugly. And that's all just a big wicks here. But this is your last little push up here. What am I on? That's a 4-hour, so I could probably make that tighter on a lower time frame. But at the end of the day, there's a... come here. Oh, I got somebody else's colors. Okay, A, B, that looks like that's going to be, oh, it looks like that could be too far. A little break here. So yeah, that's wick, right? I'm going to emphasize this again. I'm seeing this more, right? Wick goes through, but no close below. I think they still, right, and it gets target here to the tick, so they're staying with that. As I've said before, this is not the best kept secret it once was. Or the well-kept secret, I should say. All right, I'm not the only one who teaches it. Okay, so I got 3 down here. Is there an Elliott count that would make sense? I mean, would this be illogical to go 1, 2? Looks like that's 3, 4, 5. Probably fatten that up. Well, let's change that. All right, so I got all that. I got this firing. Now, what do I want? All right, so when I get a 5, we want to use some Elliott channeling here. I'm like, I'd probably do kind of underthrow here. Actually, I don't like them to extend. It must be me. I don't really want them to extend. Okay, so there's my channel. Right? So I can look at this and go, okay, well, even if I bring it down a little bit. So a nice 5. This is self-contained. Oh, should I add a log scale? I'd be more inclined to do it this way. All right, so there's 2 standard deviations on either side. Actually, I prefer it if I'm not in log scale. So because I know what that range is for me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Is that hard? Is it hard to spot that? Maybe it's me. Maybe I just do this. I've done this for so long, right? I can't not see it. How do you not see that? I'm somewhat serious question. How do you not see that? I don't get it. Okay, so here we go. So even if you're not an Elliott Wave trader, with the idea of 5s and 3s maybe in the back of your mind, well, you know, it's kind of a tendency. Wouldn't you at least consider that? So what do we got here? So this is completed, right? Something is completed. How do I know that it's completed? Well, the odds are, well, let's see. I got break a structure here. I got a here, right? So we're going higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, high, right? Changes, low, lower, high, lower, low. Right, okay, so starting the correction. Now, we don't know, right? Nobody on the planet knows whether this is going to go 3, 4, 5 into an A, B, C, and then we're going to come down that way, or we're going to do a W, X, Y. There's no way to know. We just know that an impulse is completed, and it's starting its correction. That's all we know, but that's all we need to know. Take that off a little bit. Okay, first little, what's happening here? Again, I mean, you can read this. The market's telling you a story all day long, right? So what's happening here? Oh, we're coming back here because some traders caught this long, right? Now they got to think about it here. And what am I doing? Am I defending here? Am I going to defend those longs? Well, it's going to have to be somebody with enough money to say, okay, I'm willing to commit here and I'm going to recommit here, right? So that's got to be, retail doesn't defend positions. That should, I don't say that often, but I'm assuming that that's self-evident, right? Retail doesn't defend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I'm kind of looking for it down here. I've got, you know, I can kind of piece the thing together. Okay, some sort of 5 to finish, and I come out of the chute with a 5, but I sure am going to like this a whole lot better down here if it'll come to me. What do I have, right? All I've got is just the first start of it. Now, is that going to go 3, 4, 5? Don't know, right? So I don't need to do anything here. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to keep my eyes on it. Off to the watch list, right? So I keep them, you know, A, B's, and C's. So this would be a C because a lot has to happen here because I'm not going to, well, I might, right? So if you wanted to, you could buy into the B, right? I'm not expecting that to go to new highs. I'm expecting it to do that and then come to new lows. That's what I'm expecting. That's fucking doesn't mean it's going to do that. But if I'm just going to play Elliott ball, why? That's what you would expect, right? Why wouldn't you expect that? No, there's no reason not to. That's a 4-hour. So it's great to get on the watch list, but I don't think that's a green banana, right? Just on the watch list, right? Check it periodically, or just set different levels here. I'd probably set an alert on this right here, right? So if that's going to come back up here, if something like this, right? If we're going to kick back up here, well, I got to rethink it. Maybe that's A, B, C into a W, X, and now I'm going to go into a Y down here, but I'm going to do it, you know, via a 3. Well, can I turn that into a 3? Maybe I'm going to do it that way. I don't know, right? I don't know. I don't care, really. Just get down here, and I'll buy it. Do I care what's going on in RUNE? Not really. Now, if I'm going to park money here, I'm going to do a little digging to find out. But I don't really care. I mean, something, right? Somebody got fired up about it. So if we come back down here, I'm interested. So what am I going to wait for? Same thing. Always the same thing. All right, let me keep moving there. Oh, I got eighth and T. Oh, we're back on BBY. So this is one he posts often, so it must be technical because he wouldn't be in here if it wasn't technical. Eighth and T. Is eighth and I think he's most recent purple belt. I think he might be. I know we had another one recently. Okay, so I got Bed Bath & Beyond.
I think that one's Best Buy.
Oh, excuse me. Best Buy. Oh, yeah, you would know. Being a regular.
Yeah, he messaged me about it.
Oh, yeah. You being a regular in there. Okay, so, how sexy that is. Well, one thing, see, this, I love Ethan's work. Because Ethan, as I've mentioned this before, came in, he didn't have a lot of preconceived ideas. So he just takes what we teach him and he doesn't fight us with it, right? Or well, that's not the right way to say it. It's not about fighting it. He just applies what we teach. He just applies it, which is why he's been, let's not blow my own horn there. But what we're teaching, it's not this was all taught to me. Let's be clear. So I teach what was taught to me because I know you'll be successful if you apply it with good money management. So he's taken what we teach and he applies it rigorously. There's almost never any variation where I can look at it and go, well, I just had a hunch it was probably going there, right? It's always disciplined. Right, so we got to purple belt following what we're teaching, right? It's not, listen, purple belt, not easy to get. Not easy to get. All right, so 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, tricky 3, right? It works. So you need the 1, 2 here, right? So I've got a good 1, 2, 3. Okay, nice alternation here, right? So this is sharp down here, right? We're sharp and choppy. This is more sideways than not in a beautiful 3. A little more complexity here, so I'd call that alternation. Beautiful 3. Looks like we are in log scale. So here's the pop here. Most common location for a 4 between the 23 and the 38. Oh, right, comes right out of it, right? So if you missed all of this, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, it looks like we just snuck out without overlapping. Did we make it? Yeah, we did. 3, 4, 5. Looks like that's topped. Change of price behavior. I like. So what's different? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm curious what Jesus Christ, I'm looking at a weekly. I didn't even notice that yet. Okay, divergence with a gap, right? So we didn't get to it. So that's actually that's a nice detail, Ethan. Do you see what he's noting here? So look how the RSI is pinging that trend line here, but this time, right, we can't get it. So he's highlighting the gap between the prior pivot highs, just like you would on a trend. If you were looking at a price chart. So the fact that it doesn't get there and we go down, we break 0, right? It's a good spot there, Ethan. Nicely done. Well, it looks a little cockeyed over here, right? Like the slope of it. You thought maybe we're going this way, right? We kind of have drifted here, so it feels you can feel the loss of momentum, which he's highlighting below. Oh, let's go to the daily here and just see what this looks like. Oh, that's what he get. Okay, I got you. So I think what he's referring to here is I get a new low here. I'm not sure what specifically he's keying off of there because I got higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Higher high, bear. Oh shit! I'm gonna call that a double bottom. Double bottom. Okay, so here, we got to see, right? So there's a higher high. Is that the change? Is this what he's referring to right here? Is that the change of character? Well, maybe. Got to the 50. So if we got now, I'd want to see a lower low here. I mean, you kind of, no, I'd want to see it, right? I'd want to see that realized. So, okay, let's see it gets there. All right, we get to our target right here. This is potentially a 5. Well, oh, here I got to pull out. Let's see. May have to go to a 3-day. Okay, so the first question mark is, am I looking at trading principle number 4, failure to get to the meeting line, which is kind of what I was saying before. It looks like the slope of it was teed up to go get it, and now we're just kind of drifting here. So the setup would be, as you guys know, right? So it's equal to or greater than. So if we're coming down, that's where our target is, right here, equal to or greater than. Well, that would only put us at the 23. And if this is a completed 5, we're looking for it way down here. The alternate is this is the 1 of the 5 and that this is not done, which he's noting. Because he knows that. Oh, let's go back to the weekly. Here, I can't even get it. Okay, so let's measure. Let's see. Would that, right? We can just consider some common targets of 5 relative to the 1 through the 3. So let me get that off of there. Let's get you off of here. So length of the 1 from the 4. Well, it's certainly enough, right? It's not uncommon to be, well, now that's log scale, not uncommon to be 127, 138 if it's not going to be the 100. Now, to get to the, it's actually a pretty good rip if it gets 618 in the 5th, right? But you didn't have much of a 1, actually. But so you had the extensions in the 3. Well, you got 2 roads here. This is the 1 of the 5th, and this is all just, so your zone of interest is right down here. Oh, I got some fib time over here. So this is, what are we doing here? This is, well, that's mine. No, this is his right here. So this is, you're pulling, are you pulling from this? What are you pulling from? It's got to be. Okay, I'm not sure. So you're, oh, we'd be pulling, if it's complete, we're pulling from the low. I got it. Okay, so if that's the 5, which as he had it as a contender, if that's the 5, now we're looking for it even lower. But I'd not ignore the fact that this could very easily be 1, 2 of a bigger rip in the 5. Right? So if, that's a tough one. You know, you're buying it after this massive run, right? So from, so we got the full history here from 86 to, all right, is that, I mean, just that alone from 145 to 44, I think I'd be looking here. Right? Now, granted, what does it look like out of log? Oh, you can't even see it. So I'd not ignore that area right there if it was given the opportunity to buy it. That's going to have a long way to go to do that. And then you'd be teeing that up for more. So now you're kind of defining the angle that's going to go on. Yeah, so I'm with you, Ethan. I think that I'd be more likely to be looking on the buy side here than trying to sell it, looking for a deeper sell-off here in Best Buy. I mean, they've had a pretty solid, I don't have any note here on earnings, but as I recall, their last earnings report was quite good. I don't know. I'd be thinking they're coming down to $2. I think that would be something else really dramatic is going on. So that's kind of logically looking at this. That sure looks like better as a 1-2, and we keep going. Okay, God, I'm long-winded today. Okay, let me go. Here's another ADA. So just out of curiosity here, let's go. This is Race Car K-Pack. He posted up some good stuff last time. So let's see what he's got here on 8 Cardano. See if he gives us a different count. Oh, because that is a tricky count. So I'm curious what he's got. All TDU right out of the playbook here. Vegas Wave. Pretty sexy looking move here. So he's working this as the expanded B, so very much like what we've seen in the majors. 1, 2, 3. Well, this has to be the, so we'd have to go, that looks like 4-ish too. All right, let's just stay with the count. So he's doing it as a double, as I had suggested, right? So that's good work. Well, not because it matches mine, but I think that that's a valid count. But I saw the same thing because I was trying to finish it. I was looking at, do I have to truncate that? I guess not. So, okay. So, I think I got here a little bit differently, but that's all right. So there's ABC. Let's see. How are we going to do that? So you must be doing a, maybe you could, I guess you could do A, B, triangle B, C for the W, A, B, C for the X, okay, A, B, C for the Y, A, B, C for the X, A, B, C for the Y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So, and we finish with an impulse, right? So that, why does that look so different? Maybe it was because it's a daily. But that is a cleaner count over here on Trex. God damn, is Trex even still around? I see them so rarely. Okay, I'm going to make you smaller. And change your color so I can keep track. Okay, let's dig in there. So let's go to the 4 hour. This is a Monte Crypto special. He likes these. Okay, so 1, 2. There's a 1. Good start on it. 2. Oh, mighty shallow. Okay, we are on log scale, but what are we talking about here? Well, given, okay, so this was, all right, the one we just looked at. Interesting. It's a little different exchange to exchange. What is it I'm looking at over there? Oh, I was looking on Kraken. Okay, so I got wicks. Are those coming through and breaking? It's all wicks. We don't have a close. You see that, right? We don't have a close above it. Those are pretty good breaks, but nothing that closed above. Interesting. So if that's the 1, 1, 2, well, do we really have a 5 there? It's a bit of a, yeah, okay, you're squeezing a little bit. Personally, this looks to me like we've just gone WX. I don't think we're quite there yet. So my thought would be, because I'm expecting it to go deeper, right? I'm expecting that 2 to go lower. That doesn't mean it will. But that's what you might think here, okay, because this is quite a rip. That failure swing here, I'd be checking multiple exchanges because I don't think any of them have a close above the 65. But I might sniff around to see if anyone did. I just like it better if I can get it lower, right? So maybe you're coming down to the edge here. Even the 38 is reasonable. You got a little stutter step here. I'd want to see WXY. So if that's the start of it, okay, give me an A, B, C. I'd be much more comfortable being a buyer down here. And also the fact that it's already pulled that off, right? So thus the 2 here seems less likely, or since that looks like a pretty solid 3, and I'm on a 2 hour here, so that looks like a good 3. So you're kind of stuck with the ABC here, ABC, ABC. That looks like the play that's there. And I think when we looked at James M, the general thinking was, okay, a little deeper here, and this should clear itself up. The one thing I can say with absolute certainty, I can show you the worst possible place to buy it. Right there. And I guarantee you people were buying that. Okay, I've got 2 more here. I got Eric S. How are we doing on time? Shit, I haven't even looked. Uh-oh. All right, we're getting long. Okay, so Eric S. on EOS. Oh, man, he's been all over this coin. We've been back and forth looking at this. This has been a struggle. This is kind of an ugly. What happened to EOS? God, they were going to change the world. Maybe they still will. But they were so hot for so long. All right, what do we got here? I got a 1 hour, so I got to pull back. Let's go to an 8. Okay. All right. I'm with you on the 1. All right. It's an ugly 5, but I'll be damned. Is it, we're doing this in a diag? Oh, it's fugly. All right. That is ugly. That's oh fuck. Yeah, I don't know that it matters, right? So I guess so. The 1 is solid here. Yeah, that plays, right? There's A, B, 1, 2. Oh, okay, getting a little tricky down there. Oh shit. I'm gonna just hide those just for a second. I know those are cool. It's not part of my repertoire. That's for Wednesday because I know Monte Crypto loves those. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that looks good. I'm gonna pull these off just so I can see what you're thinking. Okay, so 1, 2, that looks good. Let's go into the. What did you give me, a 1 hour? Okay, we're looking for a flat in the 4. Okay, I'm with you. I see it. Okay, so looking for that flat. So 3. Okay, so he needs the 90% here, so we can go. Well, he can qualify, right? When you're looking for a flat, we know here. What are you do? I got platinum. Okay, so we're gonna go up here. So here, you got to get up in that range. Now, I'm not such a purist that I'd be accepting. If I get up to 887, I'm not gonna wait until it's exactly 90 yet. But I get up in that zone here. Oh, that's going to be interesting. So what are the other what else can I see up here? Right, well, look at it. That's all wick. And there's the highest close right there. So if we're coming back up here into this pocket, well, right? We don't have to wonder about it. We know retail is going to look at that and say, "Oh, off to the moon." Right? What's up here? Bunch of liquidity. Oh shit, I just locked my machine. What the hell did I just do? There we go. I locked it up. See, now it's a lot to assume the flat, right? Because you're making the assumption here that we're going up to the 90. Okay, it's always good to have a roadmap. It looks like this might have just blown you out here. Did it? Let's see. Well, no. All right. So no, it did. Right. So you got to take that off the table now because this has been violated here. So the idea of A, B working towards that C. Oh, that's cool. All right. So he had an expanding triangle. That's pretty sexy tackle on that. Right. So you can barely see it, but this is one to look for. Right. You got to they're not that common. Right. But there it is. The expanding triangle. So 1, I have to expand the B into the 2 here, which wouldn't work now. Let's see. A, B, C. He wanted that to be the 1, right? So that can't be the 1. So, but it can still be an A, B, C. A, B, C. It's just not going to make a flat. What the hell are we going to do with this? Well, that is, oh, what a fucker that is. And that's kind of blowing it up. All right, let's try and make some sense of this. Well, that's pretty damn solid. The ABC here, although at this point I'd be, well, let's see, can we make that work? Fuck. Yeah, we can, actually. So you're going to have to do that this way. A, B, C. So that could fly. Just out of curiosity, how do we do through the pivot here? Right to the 50. I think you're on the right track. I just this seems to be fading from possibility here that we're going to get it in that fashion. So let's change it. Let's go to W. I guess we got to leave, but we got to put it somewhere, right? So that seems to be what's the best candidate right now as it sits here, having just had that little sell-off. Did Bitcoin just do something? Oh, I guess I can't see it. Okay. Oh, 45 and change is threatening that pivot. That's okay. So what are we doing here? We're just kind of in a box. My guess is that's an algo box. He broke there. It's not obvious, right? He broke. Right, well, that is all wick, interestingly. That's all wick again. I told you I'm seeing this pretty consistently, where a wick will get through and then it'll make target. But let's just assume that we've got a range going on in here. So that looks to me like path of least resistance is down. Just all momentum, all this momentum that was here is now dissipated. Oh, but it does play well as a 4. Oh shit, I guess we'd get it like that. I can't say I dislike that. So let's get you. All right, Eric, I think we got this here. Oh, come on. Okay, so if this is 1, 2, why do I not have that? Yeah, oh, there it is. I just can't see it. I'm just used to my colors. 3. Okay, so we come down here in this range. So here's the prior 3, 4, which you might down a degree. All right, so you might look for that as an area that would kind of make sense, right? Looking left, looking right. Oh, I don't have volume profile on there, but I'd kind of my guess is you're gonna have a high volume node here just because it stayed there. Well, I'm sure it would. Oh fuck, here, let's just put it on. Oh, technicals, volume profile. We can do visible range. All right, so nice high volume node right here. Coming in for the 4. I'd like that all the better. Right? So look, you know, the size. That's a pretty complex and sharp. And what you're after here is flatter. So I'd call this flat-ish, right? Good alternation because that's certainly sharp. And now up for the 5, right? He's already got it teed up. Right? He's already got the target there. You could as well. Oh, I'd probably look both, right? So I'd check both, right? See how we did here. Let's get you right on there. No fudging for the cameras. Well, I don't know how many times I've shown that. A lot of times. Now, when it's down here, are you thinking, God, there's no way it's going to make that median line? No way. 80%. Realized, right? So there it is. So now going sideways. Coming back down here. So I like it here. So what would I be waiting for? Same thing every time, right? So give me that. Because I'm looking for 3, right? So one of these has got to hold, right? Or the count fails. One of them has to hold, or I can't get a 5, right? At some point, there has to be a 1, 2. Now, it can do it a lot of different ways. I mean, it can go 1, 2, right? There's a lot of different ways. But what's most probable here at this location is you're going to have bulls and bears fighting here. Oh, no, you're not taking it up. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, yes, you are. Right? So that's what creates that. And then if they can't get it, they got to cover, right? You can see it, right? You can almost see it, and then it'll start to accelerate because all the bears go, fuck, all right? And so they got to buy it. The people who long it, take it, right? And then you got still some stubborn bears to drive it. That sets up the 2. Or they're like, I'm going to get that low if it 3, 4, 5. All right, let me keep going here. That's good work, Eric. That's finally starting to shape up. I know he's been wrestling with that bear for a while. Literally. All right, PK Asavenda. I'm getting better at saying that now because I know it's Peter. Okay, so let me. What do we got here? Oh, you got. God, it looks like. You got a Mac. Oh, look at that! Somebody coded it. Oh, that's so cool. Somebody coded one of our ninja indicators. Oh, that's cool, PK. Thanks for showing that. Wow, I had not seen it coded on TradingView. I think we had a few that were responsible for it. So definitely Vegas Wave, right? We made that. Not that we invented that. That's just we popularized it. Right, so now that it used to be, I had to go to an EMA and do them all three individually. Before I knew it, somebody coded it up, and I could just go Vegas way. Okay, so I got to make a copy here. So yes, I want to save that. To thank whoever did that. That's a perfect replica of the Devil's Edge. All right, so we're putting a squeeze right on the center line. Very cool. Oh, and you're giving me Bitcoin, all the better. Oh, wait a minute. No, you're giving me, your post is for Ripple. So let's see. If I go, how did I get that wrong? So if I go XRP, will that do it? I don't know what you're, on Finex, XRP on Finex. So this looks like the one you wanted. I think, PK, if I'm reading that right, what you wrote underneath, looks like you wanted this one. Oh, shit. Did you give me a 1 minute? Is that possible? PK, are you on there?
No, he didn't give you a 1 minute, but that's what he was on when it saved last.
Okay.
So
okay, so let me see. Okay, that would have been interesting. Give me a 1 minute. Okay, so this is his work. Oh, I like this, right? So great, right? So he's put time. So what does that show me? That he's invested some time and energy to marking out the significant support and resistance, right? That's something you learn from Monte Crypto. Right? It takes time, but once you get it, right, then you got the playing field. Well, you got everything to look for. Okay, so he's looking for this to come down here. That is really cool that somebody coded that. Okay, so Ripple, God, so many head fakes here. So a triangle would probably make sense here. That's what we're looking at. A, B, C, D, E. Right. So yeah, he's showing the triangle there. Why are these so skinny? What is that? What is that? I'm not sure what that is. So I'm gonna take it off because I'm not sure. Okay, let me get focused again. Here I am on the last one here. I'm losing my mojo. Okay, so I got one. Woo, this is a count. Look at this one. Okay, so we've been all over this one as the leading diag into the one, but this has been really difficult, right? So GZ68 has been all over this as well, right? He's convinced this is going to go, right? It should go in theory. Okay, this is.
It looks like Peter saved it at 4 hours.
At the 4 hour? Okay.
Yeah.
Whew. That's some sexy Elliott, right? This takes a lot of skill to figure this out. Okay, so it's always the challenge, right? You got so many pieces to solve the puzzle, right? So can you solve it and not break the rules, right? That's always the question, right? So look how he's done this. Very, very creative. A, B, C into the W. A expanding the B. A, B. Oh, how is he doing it? Or it could do it either way, right? So I see. So he's giving you 2 counts here. So if this is going to be W, you'd have to do A, B, C for the X. But he's sneaking in a second count in here that this could be A, B, C, and then in white it would be A, B, C. So it'd still be an X. Oh man, you might got to keep track here. Okay, A, B, C for the Y. I had to look this up the other day to remember, but so I know that this is absolutely true. You can finish the combo with a triangle. Right, so don't be ashamed or shy or thinking, oh, should I look it up? I had to look it up. I couldn't remember if I could finish that with a triangle, and you can, so I fresh in my mind. I know that that's an accurate count. All right, benefits of having the Elliott Wave cheat sheet that we make available to you. I think we give it to them for free, don't we, if they're for a white belt?
Elliott Wave cheat sheet's free for anyone on the Discord. It's just pinned in the welcome channel.
Oh, nice. Well, aren't we nice? Okay, WXYXZ, right? So you can finish that. So that would be a triple. You can finish it there, but what we cannot do, which he knows, right? So he's giving me the alternate count. We can't have a triangle in the second. So this looks like the preferred count. Oh, pardon me. It would be the 2 would be finishing the triple there. So we'd have 1. Oh, what a long. Ooh, that's good work, PK. Nicely done. Long way to get there, but it makes sense. And to finish with a triangle, just to make it all that percentage of Elliott Wave traders that would know you could do that. 1% of 1%, I would be willing to bet you. You got to be good to know that. Okay, so coming out of there is a 1-2. So if we're looking for.
He also said do log. It's a better perspective.
Do it log. Okay. Oh, that's, yeah, it even pops. It makes it pop, right? We get more separation. Okay, so red is the alt count comes to the same conclusion. Wow, that's when you get two separate counts come to the same conclusion. So we'd be at, oh fuck, how would we get there? So W X Y red count. I kind of lose the red count over here. Not that it matters here. So we're still looking for this last down, right? Now E can over under, but you don't want to see that, right? So but something like that would be ideal. So how could we? Well, I'd be tracking a couple of these, right? So I'd want this for sure. Here's how he's looking to go in here. Oh, so he's gonna do it this way. Triangle. Right, with equal highs up here. So ascending, A, B, C, or W, X, Y to bring down the low here, right? So good, right? And even sexier, he knew not to do A, B, C there, right? So we got the A, B, C here. Very, very well done. So this looks like your range here. I'd probably split it, right? So you're vulnerable here. If it holds the trend line here, it could take off without you. So I'd probably split 50-50. Stop underneath here, because if it's going to hold as a triangle, you don't want this to get so far gone that you're pulling it down here. You're getting too much separation here. You think like, well, fuck, man, if it's a triangle, it's a triangle. But you will find that repeatedly, if you lose the shape of it, the trade will blow up, or the count will blow up. So I wouldn't give that any more than the golden zone in terms of a throw over. It's based on experience, right? No hard rule on it. But I like that, and I like that. So either one of those, or split the difference, right? That's what you're after, is a split fill, right? So if you got portion here, portion at the 50, you get a split fill. So what's your risk reward looking like? Is that possible? Oh my God, we got a big target up there. Wow. That would be a 4,400% return. Yeah, that might be one to pay attention to. Now that's awfully ambitious, right? That we're going that high. Shit, let's just for fun. Well, maybe that's for fun. But let's say, okay, let's get just the first impulse to pop. Right? Can we get the 1618? Because if we're coming out of here, this, if we pivot down in this range, okay, well, we're gonna. I wouldn't, given all the chop in here, I wouldn't assume we're going to do giant steps up. I'd assume we're gonna struggle to turn the thing around, because really, what are we doing for the last many months? Going sideways. About $1 range, right? From the 50s to $1.50. That's a big sideways correction. That is literally, boy, if you don't have the Elliott Wave cheat sheet, you should get it and look up sideways correction combos. All right, there it is, right there right out of a textbook. Sideways all the way. So nice. So you set up here. You don't have great geometry, so I wouldn't draw any median lines on this. It's not there yet. You need a bigger. This needs to come out of here and now come back. Okay, now I got something I could work with. But until then, I would just be I'd be trying to get on that first little turn.
Use the fixed range tool that you've got down there, and just do that
From this
whole sideways area.
Yeah, I think I set that recently.
It's one of your favorites. Yeah, it's right next to regression.
Yeah, I know. I fucked with this the other day. I wanted the let me get default. I think I had there it is. I took this off because I just wanted to see POC, and for some reason it left that over with. So there you go, right? So there's your sideways, even if you just wanted to focus on the value area. So probes down below. So we come down here, the edge of value. So you got a little low volume node here. So if it'll come down here, it's either going to move really quickly through it, or it'll go right to the edge of it and pop. Because, right, those that know that, right? So anything down here, plus you've got the way he's, see, now this is where you look at this, God, why did I do all of that fucking getting all those longer term support and resistance levels? That's why. You come down into these ranges, you know you're at long-term support and resistance. So this, talk about a gift, right? If you can get the opportunity to buy down here. Risk reward. Now for the first one here, I'm not going to risk anymore. But if I'm going to if I have to reevaluate, if it breaks this pattern here and this falls apart, and I got to reconsider, well, okay, something else is happening here. We've got ABC. So this would be W. You could probably you could probably put it over here. And then you'd go, it would have to be some sort of a diag, right? So the account's going to start to look uglier if this falls. So I don't know that I would, that's pretty good right there. You're still at, there's 8-1. Just to go get the high. Now you're at 19-1. Break the high, get a 1618 out of here. Well, so what he's doing here is he's looking, if that's the 1 and that's the 2, and we're going to go up to a 3. The reason he had that at crazy levels, there's 2800-1, is because if this is 1, 2, all right, the 3 is going to be a monster. Boy, this is making me want to go buy it. Okay, so if that's the 2 here, yeah, he already had it. He already had it up here. 8,772-1. Okay. I'd throw a little capital at that. Shit, you could even give that more room and keep the risk reward. Shit, I can't get here. I don't want to. Right, just keep the risk in control.
My target's right that second one there at like 1150. So 11 is right here. 11 is about my 11 to 18, but 18.
Well, man, that's right there at the 100, right? That's perfect, right? He already had your stuff on here, right? So he must be a regular on Wednesdays. All right, I think that's all we got. Oh wait! I got shit. Give me. Here, I'll do this real quick.
Gravity coming in.
Well, he's probably trading over on the futures. That's why he's a reg in the room. What did the futures do? Did we ever do it? Oh, still up. Okay, so finish up here, Gravity. What do you got here on NQ? Oh man, you always got crazy colors. Let's copy this and we'll wrap it up here. About time for lunch, isn't it? I'm hungry. 2 o'clock. No wonder I'm hungry. All right. Uh-oh, I got AMD. Wait, is that what he wants, AMD? Oh, yeah, he wants AMD. I thought he was giving me the NASDAQ. Okay, this, man, your colors make me crazy. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like no earnings on the horizon. Man, that's a big, okay, so we're looking for that. So we're looking for, this has already done this, right? So now we're looking for the next retrace for the potential push back up. So we're going to go W, X, I gotcha. Interesting, right? So he's giving me a little commentary here of what people will be thinking here. So as we come up here, oh boy, that is a, didn't quite get there. That would have been ideal. Well, let's just see here. Did we get there in a clean 5? I guess we did. Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah, I guess we did. It's already so deep. You'd have to say that that's done. So we didn't quite get there. A, W, X, Y. Yeah, that looks like it's done. That's a 4-hour. 1, 2. No, I see what he's doing here. So it to get it to overlap, because it's a diag. God damn it. Come here. You need that, right? So it's tempting to think, oh, 3's up here. But you can't get an impulse out of that. So he's right to do it that way. A, B. Well, he's doing. Oh, fuck. What are you doing? I guess we're doing a triangle 4. Well, that's a little ugly in there. Let's get in there a minute. Well, when I can't see, sometimes the line chart will help. Okay, so the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think you're stuck with it. All right, it would have been ideal to go a little further. It looks like you got that. So you got your X, right? Considering what's come off of that. Well, 3, 4, 5 would be my first thought. So, well, shit, right exactly as you teed it up. So coming back into that zone, We can get back into this pocket. We can do it. It has to be the A. So this is, you need a little more here. Okay, so something's off here because we can't. So if this is W, oh, I see.
He said no diagonal, just an impulse.
Okay. Well, then I would do it over here. Well, God, can you really get an impulse in there? That would have to be 3, 4 of the impulse. 1, 2. Maybe you can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's go with that. Triangle 4. That looks actually better. I was trying to accommodate your diag. Okay, into the 5. So same result, right? So this we're getting there via A, B, C, right? So it is a little surprising it didn't get any further, right? The market's not going to always give you what you want. So any sort of retrace here would be of interest, definitely an area of interest. I'd be... So it doesn't quite make as much sense if you just think about what's going on around the globe, right? Where there's so much demand here for chips and AMD being right in the middle of that. Yet, I mean, here's their high here at 160, and we've already just retraced 100 here. Somewhat surprising. So there must have been the chip shortages affecting their earnings negatively. W, I don't love it. I suppose the alternate here is that we've gone. This is going to go. You're going to get here. If this is an A, B, and we're going to get a bigger C here, you get a better looking X. But then you're going to have to reconcile this. So you'd have to turn it into a triple. So you'd go A, B, C, W, X, A. Oh, fuck. A, B, C for the second X. No, actually, so we'd have to do W, A, B, C, X, and then you'd finish with the Y. So you're still working on that X. A, B, and this would just be A, B, C of the X. And then you're back to what you were suggesting here, which I think was right on the money. All right. That's an obvious spot where you'd see sweeping of highs up here before they take it down. All right, there we go. All right, that's a late comer, but that's not. I'd probably spend more time on that, but I think we're running low on time, and I'm hungry, and we'll go ahead and I guess we'll rest it there. So I've got more work to do this week. So I'm going to withhold not tomorrow as well because I've just got to get caught up on some video content for you guys. So next up will be Money on Wednesday. Just a reminder, guys, anyone who watches or still watching, right? I always have the feeling that as soon as I start to say, okay, we'll wrap it up here, that click, see you later. I suppose why I should mention these things at the beginning, not the end. But just a reminder, you can always join us for free. Right? You can get that Elliott Wave cheat sheet. Just come in. It's worth it just for that. Oh, shit. We're not. One thing we would tell you is that we are not going to spam your email address. So there you go, guys. Okay. Hopefully you get a few nuggets, maybe some setups, some things that, maybe you hadn't seen, or some ideas or some approaches and things that you can see from what members are doing and their skill set. Most of them, I think reasonable to say their skill set has improved since they've been members. Okay, guys, so I'm going to wrap it up there. You got Money Crypto on Wednesday. I'll be back on Friday and still working on new content for you guys that would be specific to TradingView. So with that, we'll wrap it up. You guys have a good afternoon, and Money's up on Wednesday. So if you want to see some of the Money magic that I talk about here, don't be sure to catch us on Wednesday.